Peace and blessing, everyone. This is a video response to Thomasnolanearnshaw to his text reply that he made to me in my reply to him in a comment he posted for my video Poorly Rated Part 2, the final. And it has to do with the issue of laziness. He says he abhors laziness. So I put up a reply, just a bunch of questions, and Thomas, it wasn't to prove my point per se, because he said what do you say, that I was trying to build a straw man. It was only my attempt to try to fully deal with the issue and ask all questions that can be asked, to try to completely look at it from all aspects and all directions. I think you have to do that to deal with things justly. You have to ask questions about everything. Well, what about this? What about that? What about that? And so I wasn't putting out there for you to try to answer all of them. I was just putting out there for, once again, to think about it and make sure that that aspect of it, that side of it, was thought about and dealt with. And thanks for the thoughtful reply that you came back with. There's a lot of stuff because you attempted to answer all my questions pretty much, but they more so almost rhetorical questions more so than anything. But once again, thanks for answering. So I want to go through and deal with your comments this way, other than me rather than me trying to type up all this stuff. Let's see, and let's see if I can get an order, because it's sort of posted out of order. Let's see. Because I am a primate and need to hate in certain situations to secure my survival and well-being. Well, I sort of take issue because you fall back. It's like, I need to hate in certain situations. Like that's a true nature of human beings, you're saying. And you can't help that, and that you need to do that. Like I said, it's part of your survival. So it's more like a nature instead of nurture. That argument. So you're saying it's in your nature as a primate that we have to hurt. In order for us to survive. In a way I can see it, in a way I can't. Once again, we're going on 2010 now, and I think we should be able to raise our thinking and our consciousness and how we should operate within this world. Because then when you say I need to hate, then you can justify all hate when you say that. Because you say in certain situations. But I know, this video was originally was speaking about the issue of slavery, specifically for blacks in America and slavery in general. Well, I guess people who own slaves, the slavery here in America could be justified. They had to hate us niggers to secure their survival and well-being. They need us over here to do the work, to grow crops that they weren't familiar with growing, and to be able to expand their society. So once you say I need to, and in certain situations, once again, then who has authority to justify in which certain situations you're allowed to do that. It would not do me any good to love a sociopath bent on killing me, or worse, my family. I'm not sure where that came from, because we're talking about laziness. But I did make a video dealing with people who are sociopaths. If somebody's a sociopath, meaning almost they can't help it, then you could love them. That doesn't mean you don't lock them up. You can still lock them up. You can lock them up and try to help them, try to figure out what is wrong with them, and if they can't be fixed, well, then you keep them separated from society, but you can still take care of them in that separation. If it is necessary to separate somebody from the rest of society because they are a danger and they can't appear to help themselves, well, then you lock them up in their own little area, their own little I don't want to say prison because of how what that term prison tells, but you can give them a queen size bed, a TVs. You can give them their own nice place. They have to live nicely with all the luxuries of everybody else. But you do that in seclusion. You lock them up in seclusion, and you let them know you have to do it because you're a danger. So you can be over here. You can still take care of them. You can still have unconditional love for them, even if they are sociopathic. So that's how I feel about that. Um, Generally, my dislike of them is their response to the common attitude among them as society that they are owed something simply for existing. And I referenced that in my initial reply, about following the status quo. That's the common attitude among society. So don't just follow society, because I'm sure that's what you've probably been taught, or it's what you're used to seeing. That's how society looks at lazy people. In general, lazy people being lazy is a bad thing. Once again, if you're following how society generally thinks, but look at the state of the society, world around. I think if you weighed it, I think you would come to believe that, well, I would come to believe there's more bad than good, or at least there's too much bad and not enough good, or even if it's even. I think the good needs to be raised up and the bad, minimized. There's too much apathy. There's too much of greed. There's too much hate, and all that stuff. And so, like I said, that's my comment. Don't just follow everybody else. Stop. That's why I said stop and have you really deeply thought about it. Have you really deeply thought about all these different things? That's why I list all this stuff. Have you really thought about all these questions that could be asked? And somebody owes something simply for existing. I think we are owed something simply for existing. Um, it's what is needed is for you to take on appreciation, or everyone take on appreciation for the fact that we do exist. Um, what is someone owed for the fact that they exist? In animalistic terms, because you said you're a primate, nobody's owed anything. It's survival of the fittest, right? As everybody, you gotta fight to survive. But we as humans are supposed to be more intelligent, even if we are technically primates. As a species of animals, but we are supposed to be more intelligent than all the other so-called animals. Um, and so, like I said, we have the ability to think, um, and ponder about our existence and about this world. So once again, going on to 2010, um, I hope, because, and it just, of course, I have to go off how I think myself. Um, that we will raise our thinking and awareness and believe that, once again, we have the ability now, going on 2010, to take care of everybody, um, and to give them, I mean, excuse me, what is somebody old? We have society, we have, industrialization, um, we have technology and things of that nature. I think something that somebody is owed is food, clothing, shelter, and medical care. Being supposed to be a race of intelligent beings, and of course that, I guess, that's up for debate. Exactly what is intelligence, and are we intelligent, and is a more intelligent being out there? The fact that how we treat other human beings, how we treat each other, um, and how we justify treating each other in bad ways. I don't believe in good and bad, but in ways which are counter to the concept of, yeah.